After Will Smith infamously slapped Chris Rock at the 2022 Oscar Awards, no legal action was taken against the actor. Although it first seemed like Chris Rock would let the controversial slap slide, it seems Will Smith's supporters celebrated too soon. From how things look now, it seems like Chris Rock might be suing Smith after all. And we've got all the details. The slap. When Chris Rock made fun of Jada's bald head at the 94th Oscars, Will Smith climbed onto the stage and slapped him. The comedian said, "Jada, I love ya. G.I. Jane too. Can't wait to see it." Jada has been battling alopecia, which she's been open about in the past. Her condition is why she wasn't impressed by the remark. Will Smith reacted by marching to the stage and hitting the comedian. Ever since the infamous slap at the Oscars, Will Smith and Chris Rock have been in the tabloids. Many are wondering if there will be any repercussions for Smith's actions. Since the slap, Will Smith has faced criticism for his actions. Even though he apologized later that night for his actions and later issued an official statement, many people still condemned his actions, including several celebrities. Many think that he should suffer severe consequences because of the nature of his actions witnessed by thousands across the globe. The actor has since resigned from the Academy and was banned from attending any Academy events for the next 10 years. Some feel that the actor needs to face more severe consequences, even though it's a start. A significant consequence that the actor needs to face is a lawsuit. However, Chris Rock has yet to formally file a statement of the events. Other repercussions the actor could face include hefty fines and a career loss. Decisions and consequences. Will Smith seemed to have everything going for him, especially when nominated for an Oscar. But his loss of control over his temper created one of the most awkward, embarrassing, and controversial moments in history. When Will Smith slapped Chris Rock on the face for a joke he'd made, the world was stunned. The comedian handled the situation well and moved the show along. Just minutes later, Will Smith won an Oscar for his performance in King Richard. The actor seemed remorseful for his actions as he gave a tearful speech. He apologized in his speech, saying, "I want to apologize to the Academy. I want to apologize to all my fellow nominees." He made no direct mention of Chris Rock in his speech, which gave a lot of people the impression that he stood by his actions. Instead, he seemed to excuse his actions by saying, "Art imitates life. I look like the crazy father, just like they said about Richard Williams. Love will make you do crazy things." In a statement on Instagram, however, the star apologized to Chris. What would a lawsuit entail? Many consequences can follow even seemingly simple forms of assault. According to experts, Will Smith's assault on Chris Rock was a crime. In California, a simple assault such as the infamous slap is categorized as a misdemeanor. If he were to be prosecuted, he could spend up to 6 months behind bars. In addition, he would most likely have to pay a hefty fine of up to $100,000. Although Rock hasn't filed a report, he still has up to 6 months to file the report. Legal experts say the chances of Will Smith being prosecuted are slim because it's such a high-profile incident involving celebrities. However, even if Smith is charged and convicted, he was likely to get nothing more than a slap of his own on the wrist. Chris hasn't officially filed a report. It wouldn't be surprising if Chris Rock pressed charges against Will Smith after slapping him while he was on stage during the 2022 Oscars. However, it seems like the comedian chose another path. Sources confirm that police officers who were on site spoke to the comedian as soon as the telecast ended. Rock decided not to file a police report. He does, however, have up to 6 months to file the report if he changes his mind. The Los Angeles Police Department, LAPD, was aware of the onstage altercation between Will Smith and Chris Rock. This wasn't surprising news, however, since millions worldwide witnessed the infamous moment while streaming online. The LAPD addressed the situation when they stated the same. The statement said, LAPD investigative entities are aware of an incident between 2 individuals during the Academy Awards program. The incident involved one individual slapping another. However, even though millions saw it happen, the LAPD was not able to arrest the Bad Boys actor because Chris Rock had failed to file a report. Their statement read, "The individual involved has declined to file a police report." The department went on to say that their service were available and that they would take action if Chris Rock filed a report. The statement read, "If the involved party desires a police report at a later date, LAPD will be available to complete an investigative report." Back to business. Even though things seemed to fall apart at the 94th Oscars, Chris Rock showed resilience and handled the ordeal with finesse. In his first appearance after the infamous slap, he seemed to be in a great mood. He seemed ready to move on and didn't speak much about what had happened. The little he did say was full of humor. He joked while at the Wilbur Theater in Boston in late March. During his show, the 57-year-old said, "What's up, Boston? How was your weekend?" The audience laughed at his antics, knowing that he referred to what happened at the Oscars. The grown-ups actor also said that he was still processing what happened before he continued the show. Even though the comedian didn't seem ready to open up about the incident just yet, he said, "At some point, I'll talk about that shit." However, he did promise fans that when he finally opens up about it, it'll be serious, it'll be funny. He moved on from the awkward start with grace, saying, "Right now, I'm gonna tell some jokes." To add to Chris Rock's extraordinary character, the fans played a crucial role in keeping him composed. During his Boston show, the audience received him well. Their positive response and laughter seemed to cut tension, which probably acted as motivation for Chris Rock. According to sources, it was a great show. So much so that Chris got a standing ovation. He responded by saying, "Y'all are getting me misty-eyed and shit." During his show, the comedian also hinted that the show at the Oscars was written before the incident, which was an indicator that he wasn't at fault. However, he didn't bring it up in a direct way. Rumors have it that the prices for tickets to his show shot up after the controversy. Chris Rock has also repeatedly shown that he will not talk about the Oscars incident until ready. Dealing with unruly fans. Chris Rock is handling the controversial altercation better than most would. Unfortunately, some of his avid supporters aren't. It's not a secret that people in the thousands have spoken up and condemned the actions of Will Smith. However, when one fan tried to insult Will during one of Chris Rock's shows, he didn't give him any kind of support. For days, fans chanted the colorful phrase that insulted the King Richard star by saying, "F Will Smith," during the first pair of the comedian's shows. He ignored them at first, but when one fan in particular chanted the words in the middle of the show, he silenced the fan by saying, "No, no, 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 no." He also stated that he didn't want to talk much about what had happened. Chris said, "I don't have a whole bunch of shit about that weekend. So if you came to hear that, I have a whole show I wrote before this weekend." It's not unusual that his fans are worried about his well-being. Many fans were worried that the comedian's silence could be a sign of underlying issues. He addressed some of these concerns during a show in California. He referenced the situation, saying, "I'm okay. I have a whole show, and I'm not talking about that until I get paid. Life is good. I got my hearing back." How others would have reacted. Many have raised their voices condemning Will Smith's actions, and some have gone to great lengths to express how they would have handled the situation if they were in the comedian's shoes. Jim Carrey was not impressed by Will Smith's actions. Carrey said he would have pressed charges against his fellow actor. He feels that the weight of the embarrassing moment is one that Chris Rock will have to bear for the rest of his career and life. Nothing can erase that moment from the internet, and therefore the consequences should cost Smith. He said, "I'd have announced this morning I was suing Will for $20 million because that video's gonna be there forever. It's going to be ubiquitous. That insult is gonna last a very long time." Even though Smith had issued a formal apology, the Bruce Almighty star thought it wasn't enough to compensate for his actions. However, those close to Chris Rock say that the comedian has no thoughts of suing Smith. According to Page 6, the sources say he isn't even thinking of suing. He's focusing on his tour. Do you think Chris Rock will sue Will Smith? Let us know in the comments.